Since 2B2T's map has received an entire decade of punishment, it requires numerous plugins in order to keep the server running. One of these plugins is the Illegal Items plugin, which is meant to prevent players from having things they shouldn't have, such as 32k sharpness swords, or items not normally obtainable in survival Minecraft. Whenever a player is in a loaded chunk, the Illegal Item plugin begins checking every single storage block for illegal items. If it finds any, it either deletes them or reverts their properties back to normal. But the process of checking each storage block requires a lot of data to be sent. If too many storage blocks are in the same chunk, the amount of data being sent becomes too great, and the player ends up being kicked from the server instantly. When you try to log back in, it kicks you again, right away. This tactic is known as a chunk ban. Many players have been attempting to lag the server using lag machines. Now, they each do it for their own reasons, but many players are affected by this. As someone who's stayed near spawn for most of the summer till now, low TPS really does not affect me. I mean, I was born in the lag. But anyway, a lot of those YouTubers that came in, a lot of those casual players that Rusher brought in, they were never used to playing in high lag situations, so a lot of them got discouraged. And some people would argue that the lag machines are what caused Rusher to stop making content on 2B2T. It effectively ended his time on the server. So a lot of people saw them as an anti-YouTuber weapon, which, to San Wukong's credit, that was a good success. It was a huge success. Not for me, of course, because I was born in the lag. Ever since then, we've had a lot of what I call San Wukong nobodies. San Wukong wannabes. San Wukong tryhards. A lot of players have attempted to build lag machines just because they thought it was cool, because they thought it would get them recognition on the server, but it ended up not really doing anything for them. If anything, players hated them, found them annoying, but they never really received any true notoriety. I play 2B2T because, yes, I enjoy it, but I also get something out of it. I'm able to do 2B2T YouTube. I'm able to provide you content. I'm able to make my time on the server worth it. I'm able to turn nothing into something. But there are players that will play on 2B2T every single day, wasting their lives. And to me, I feel that, is unhealthy. It's a problem. And if him having his veteran Q status taken away, if this causes him to get out there and actually enjoy life, then I'm all for it. A legendary base abandoned long ago. They wanted to see the base for themselves in person and build there with Jack the Ripper, who was very proud of his base. Jared became enraged when he learned that Jack was inviting people to the lands. So he attempted to ride the bed chain all the way to the lands. When it was discovered that Jared was coming, Jack ordered the bed chain to be broken as quickly as possible. The last bed in the chain was destroyed, and it seemed that Jared would be cut off from the lands for good. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. But then, the unthinkable happened. Out of nowhere, Pop Bob logged in at the final link and reconnected it. Jared finally had a path to the lands. This is the first time that Pop Bob had logged on in months, and this would be his final act of treachery. He logged out for the final time and never returned to the server in any real capacity ever again. The backdoor was so deep that Tristan even had player data files, meaning that even the contents of our ender chests were not secret anymore. Our bed locations, everything about our accounts, our join dates, it was all leaked. I had just wasted 3 years of some of my spare time on a server where I was given the illusion of anarchy, when in reality, I could have been destroyed at any time instantly. Rusher was my enemy, and our groups were at war. Him and I, we worked together. And our conflict allowed us to remake 2B2T in our own image, our vision. Instead of being a place for edgy nerds to hang out, we turned it into a roleplay battlefield, a server that would disgust tyranny. and make them never want to return. Pyrobite and Tristan, they both had backdoor access at one point in their 2v2t careers. They were equals. But Pyro never weaponized his backdoor. He never used it maliciously. He just used it to spawn illegal items, to travel to the world border, and he created the player heads that exist on the server even today. He never used it maliciously against another player, which is why he is considered the true king of 2v2t.